This was a way I beat Steve consistently with my character Dark Pit. In a tournament setting, doing this would not work, probably. But online, it's different.
Can't help but feel sorry for you.
These sewage fetuses get bored of mining eventually. But even when I win a game, I feel miserable. You know, my proudest moment in Smash Ultimate as a whole happened years ago now. I found a regrab. The tech I'm most proud of, the moment I'm most proud of, isn't consistent. It doesn't work all the time. And the worst part about it is, I feel like I can work with it a bit more to make it a great mix-up in Dark Pit and Pit's toolkit. But no, I'm sick of this game. One day, in my desperate need to try something new, I got Grand Blue Versus. I remember messing around in training mode, thinking to myself, dang, why don't more fighters play like this? With unique and special attacks being easily accessible.
We'll end this. Come forth!
Grand Blue was almost it for me, but I never really cared about the IP. So honestly, nothing is really keeping me here. As I was messing around in training mode more, I heard about Street Fighter 6 more and more in the background, so much so that I couldn't ignore it. Now, I watched the previous 3 Street Fighter games in tournaments, a little bit of 3, and then 4 and 5.
He's already on stage! Dominion!
But I never liked the idea of playing them. Doing the inputs, quarter circle, forward and back, dragon punch motion, half circle, full circle, and any of the specials, nah. Especially in a stressful situation, that's just not gonna happen. So like those games, I only figured I would watch 6 as well. And then I heard about modern controls. Initially, I figured those controls would only give you auto combos, so I didn't think much of it. Then I actually looked into it, and when I did, the controls looked familiar. In that moment, I could feel a smile on my face growing. I could break free. I'm in. I didn't do all that much. I made my totally canon Street Fighter OC and World Tour, and did some character trials. In World Tour, I only chose to complete the tutorial, so I can quickly try characters in the trials. Initially, I chose JP, because I liked the way he looked in the trailer. I liked his pimp cane, thought it was cool. But after playing him in the trial, I got to Intermediate Trial 7 and I had enough. I hated doing the inputs so much, and I definitely could not see myself doing the inputs to this character properly in a stressful situation. So to the character select screen I go. I looked at all the characters before me, and I thought I could try Ryu or Luke. Those two would fit the character style that I like, which normally are well-rounded or the jack of trades. I like to have access to a little bit of everything. Decent offense, where I have good up-close tools and a good range move, and decent defense. Think about having a get-off-me tool. In competitive games, having this trait tends to be a negative one as opposed to a positive, but it's just my playstyle preference. However, I figured they would be a bit on the boring side, and Luke, I kinda hate the way he looks. So, out of the question. However, I found myself gravitating towards Lily. I haven't really seen this character floating around at all, so why not? I'll give her a shot. For her, I ended up doing a lot of her trials before I stopped. I liked how she played so far. I went to the lab real quick and I found a easy combo, back heavy into Condor Win, but that was it. I guess it would be good for poking. I didn't think about it too much. I played more World Tour mode. I could not get over the fact that I can simply beat the crap out of somebody without a reason.
King! Fight!
Come on.
This is it!
These hands are rated E for everybody. I love it. Although I did get my butt kicked by Chun-Li.
I'll get you!
Thighs. Too powerful. Anyway, I went back to the combo trials to see if I could hit more buttons. Turns out, Expert Combo 1 would annoy me. This specific combo I did not like because I couldn't understand why I couldn't just cancel Drive Rush. It's easier, right? But then I looked at the difference, it's cheaper. Then there was the issue with the OD version of this move would not come out at all at times. It took about 40 minutes, but I finally did it. All for me to go back right away. If I don't understand a concept, I will go back and take another look at it. After doing it a couple times, I finally noticed it didn't come out because her feet did not touch the ground. So I was doing it too early. Expert Combo 2 wasn't nearly as hard. In fact, I could see myself use this a lot more often. Expert Combo 3, on the other hand, nah, I'm good. I'd rather not bother with something like that, especially because the damage was, on the weaker side. Plus, there's a lot of inputs to mess up. I then went to training mode to do more combos. Optimal or not, I need to find a combo that's easy to do, especially in a stressful situation. I ended up finding 2 of them. Now in theory, I would have 3 total, which is nice if I can remember them. Playing Lily, it seems like I'm better off poking at a mid-range. And as far as mid-screen combos, it seems like I only have a few decent combos that I can do. And then before going to bed, I remembered the assist combos doing moves that I didn't have access to normally. That's odd. I'm gonna have to take a look at this. So it wasn't an illusion. Because of modern controls, I have to hold down the combo assist button and then press light or medium. They teach you how to do this in the combo tutorial, but I just simply forgot. What else am I missing out on? A couple moves, but the one I'm the most annoyed about was not having my overhead move. I honestly feel a little bit cheated, but maybe I'll get over it by playing some World Tour. Doing what I feel in the moment is important because I want to have fun at the end of the day. I don't want to force myself to keep doing training mode if I haven't really fell in love with the game. Plus, I would rather not take the first step into burning myself out. I would rather have the worst case scenario be me spending $60 on a fighting game that has a great single player mode than paying $60 to suffer. Yup, that's me, being mauled in the back alley by a muscle mommy. Rest in peace, Lily. Fighting games have a lot going on, so much so that I will freeze up in the middle of them, frequently. My mind will be on one interaction, but the game is already over. That's what happens when you're new. You don't know what to do at all. However, you could give me advice on what to do, but that's not how I learn and retain information, so I'll probably forget it. In those matches, I wasn't really looking to win. I was mostly trying to press buttons, to see what works and what doesn't for myself. It didn't help that I played against people that knew the genre well, and I didn't. After that, I played my first casual match against a jury player, and in there I did much better than I thought I would. But that player won one game and left. From what I got from this set was, bro loops are gonna be a problem. I want to play more matches. It's the only way I can get better at this game. I practiced inputs for a bit, and then played one set with Ogre Enforcer and one set with a Guile. I don't know why this man was doing this, but it didn't exactly work out for him. Soon, I thought I should get movement and basic combos rent-free in my head. The movement in the game feels weird to me. I move slow. I know my character, Lily, is not meant to go fast, but to me, this is a tad too slow. I don't exactly need to be ass to ass with the opponent, but I do need to get where I need to go quickly. I have to be missing something, and I need the streets to help me figure this out. However, even when I played casual matches out there, I didn't figure out anything, winning or losing. Generally, people will win and will never think about it afterwards. But just like those combo trials, I will go back to see what I did wrong. I have the desire to understand this game more, and that's a great thing. But once again, I would have to stop myself because I was too scared of burning out. For me, doing the same thing over and over makes me feel bad. I would feel especially awful if nothing was gained, knowledge or even a simple win. I did end up asking myself, am I being too cautious about this? Maybe I should try going in. It couldn't hurt going deep, at least once. I practiced in the lab, fought my friend's Fight Club style, hit up the lab once more, I played a 64 match set with a Jamie my level, and then, you guessed it, I practiced in the lab even longer.
Hey, bump the camera!
It was the perfect cycle. Oh, I guess I looked at my first tier list. Thanks, I hate it. Anyway, I found in practice 3 combos. I mostly stuck with 5k damage combo because it does a lot of damage, and big numbers means less interactions. Even though I know the other one I found is cheaper and doesn't quite spend all my life savings. Playing with my friends, I noticed that the biggest difference between us is specifically that combo. Otherwise, we are at the same level. I then went back to the lab, but with a friend.
Oh, so that can cancel into that.
Oh, faster. Slightly shorter distance. Oh, didn't mean to do that. I did the actual input. Where's that input? I didn't do it! Or am I?
Okay, smile. What are you waiting for?
How long took Capcom just to completely fuck it and just have like one for jury just called Toe Sucker?
It was fun. Now about that 64 match set. I know why I kept hitting the rematch button to get better. Him, I can only assume the same thing, because it wasn't like he was trying to teabag me in the middle of a fight, so I don't think he was angry. One quality I noticed about myself as the set went on is that my anti-airs are on point. Or at least can be. A lot of the time I would notice the player jump, or have a feeling the person wants to jump, but I really wouldn't know a button to press to deal with it. When I learned a good answer is crouching heavy, you get interactions like this. I'm not perfect, but I'd say it's a start, especially to have a quality like this, over knowing one combo. Also, deep within the sets, we both started doing parry drive rush. After doing it that much, I didn't think it was all that good for Lily, mostly because she doesn't really go that fast. But I do slide a little bit, and you know what? I found it was good for moving and pressuring. I definitely remembered feeling the need to lab it out, because this solves the movement issue for myself, and that makes me feel good. Those 4 days were a blur, and I gotta say, it makes me really happy to say I'm going to replace Smash Ultimate with Street Fighter 6. And so, I went deeper.
Yo, give me something to dance to.
I noticed people would get hit by her standing and crouching mediums. I figured I could work with this. Maybe I could combine Drive Rush and those two moves as well. Out of the two, the crouching medium is the fastest, at 8 frames. Without Drive Rush, crouching medium is -3 on block. But now if we add Drive Rush to it, it's +1. So if you use a crouching light kick, you can check people to see if they're blocking low, or stop people from pressing any button at all. Crouching light kick is normally at 5 frames, but if you have the +1, it's actually 4. And that's because I did the move right away after the crouching medium due to the advantage. They can press a normal just as fast and we'll trade. They can drive impact as well, however I can react with my own. That person can use a special. Honestly, I might get hit by that. Or I won't press anything at all after the crouching medium, and then make you suffer for it. It's that simple. It's called guessing. You have to guess what they might consider doing. And of course, they too can also just sit there and block it. This information would be something I would keep in mind, as it's way better than hoping someone would just drive impact, so I can get the, big numbers. Standing medium does not give an advantage at all, but it doesn't screw me over. It's at 0. So I figured that would be okay for poking. I would love to come up with a solid game plan because the next thing I want to do is ranked mode. I would head out to the streets to see if my strat would work. It turns out that I would stop doing it after it didn't work on one player. Sad, I know. And the situation wasn't even right to use it in as well. When you improve in any game, any skill, you have to put effort into utilizing new ideas that you haven't tried before, or refining the ones that you have. Either way, there was a noticeable improvement on my end as far as using the system mechanics in Lily's toolkit. Also, that day I would learn the shortcut inputs for the special moves do less damage, 80% to be exact, compared to putting in the manual inputs. I was initially annoyed, but I quickly got over it because I chose to adjust the combos I taught myself with the command inputs the next day. I know I can do quarter circle forward and back because of my time in BB tag. The full circle input and specials, I don't really churn the butter that well. I'm just gonna leave that one alone. Funnily enough, I came across a Lily Burnout combo on Twitter. It does not look all that different than the combo that I do myself. However, the classic controls allow that person to do more moves. So it's not like I can necessarily do that. So I'll stick to what I can do. The change that I made allowed me to get just under 6K with the level 3 and a little bit over with the critical art version. But of course I need to give myself the reminder, I shouldn't hope for a big punish to get the win.
Nice. I love that. Yeah, the baseball swing, giving you a little bit of that extra space, extra range, but funny thing is, it's cancelable.
Not gonna lie, seeing Lily get pushed off like that scared the crap out of me. But it makes sense. Drive reversal is a universal mechanic for moments just like this. It's a mechanic that I forgot about. It just shows that the tutorials do nothing for me. I need to see it happen to somebody or have it done on me. That said, let's think about this for a moment. Drive reversal with a full bar, you get to use it 3 times before you burn out. Not to mention, you can turn it around and go on the offense. It would be wise to make sure this doesn't happen at all. I thought about what I could do if this were to happen to me, and if I know the player is going to use it a lot. And what it boiled down to is me targeting the drive gauge itself. But the thought process stopped there because it's 4 AM, I should go to bed, and I should be a functioning adult. Nah, I chose to stay up. know. Looking back at this footage, 3 of the 4 games had a first round where I got a perfect. I deleted jury from the game, and I came out of that not remembering my thought process to do any of that. Man, I'm such a good player. Alright, I wasn't telling the full truth. I did practice something that night, but I was so out of it, I couldn't process what I was even practicing. That said, Lily's pressure works way better in Burnout, because others can't push you off. Heavy attacks do the most damage to the drive gauge. DI itself gets rid of 1 bar. A successful drive impact punish counter gets rid of 1.5 bars, and DI on DI action will net you the biggest reward at 2.5. And supers may vary. You see where I'm going with this? I shouldn't bank on it because I don't think anybody's gonna be that stupid. But I should keep the idea itself in my mind for later. Also, I did know I could do a super in Burnout to avoid getting stunned. Obvious, but oh well, we know now, right? I immediately went to the lab, practicing a random assortment of things. As time passed, I started thinking of a game plan. Get wind, poke, simple combos, delete the drive gauge, and well, I kind of only used 2 of those in casual matches. Spacing with the mediums and that burnout combo, because you know, big damage. And while I'm not opposed to charity, I can't exactly pray myself to victory. At least, I don't think. Everything I listed should be the strat that I use. And yes, I should include mix-ups so I can keep the opponent on their toes. I could see what guides say what to do with this character, but I'd rather not. I'm smart enough to form my own plan. Soon enough, I went to casual matches and ended up beating a diamond player. It made me feel really good.
Lily wins!
I need to feel something real. What am I waiting for, Capcom to take me to dinner? I'm doing ranked now.
Fuck.
You know, I labeled myself as a bronze player before placement started. I found myself in silver. I even finished my set with this jury player for the knowledge. I lost some matches because I kept trying to put everything I learned together. I was thinking about too many things at once, but that's okay. What matters is that I tried, even with dealing with information overload. A better foundation can help me have a better neutral game against my opponents. It will take time to get where I want to be, but for now, I've exceeded my expectations, plus I enjoyed myself. And that's a stark difference from what happens in Smash Ultimate. Yeah, I have to deal with Street Fighter 6's awful input system. Sure, I might have to deal with somebody with certified Walmart Wi-Fi. Or the player might be so much better than me that I don't really know where to start in improving. And that's okay, because not all matches are like that. If any specific situation happens, I can lab it out. Training mode's like right next door.
Trying to snipe out whatever button Idol is going to put out in reaction to any forward movement. Uh-oh.
Optimal. We take those.
Spend it now, make more later.
Oh, they do have plans.
I think this is how I get my camera to the next level, is to steal my nerves like this when they're neutral. To not don't overstep where I don't need to overstep, and just accept that like I can't I can't invade that space at 100%.
I agree, Kensu. Being able to have that patience in neutral is very important. I should work on that. After getting my rank, I went deep on the grind, wanting to hit gold. Some people rage quit on me. I blew up some Kim player for trying to command grab me. I fought a Chun-Li that tried to play full screen away. I could have lost to this, but I didn't. Next time I see this, I should probably get 3 win stacks right away and put her in jail. And that's really it. I won some matches, I lost some matches. I fought plenty of jury players, but they are a dime a dozen. I found myself messing around with a reset, a drive impact wall splat, and then doing a down heavy immediately. Doing a crouching light can give you some options on a mix-up. However, the concept itself is only okay. The DI can be reacted to. Both grabs work, but the command grab puts you further away. But maybe you can do more damage if you're able to churn the butter. You also have the option to walk back a frame, so you don't have to deal with a reset from a throw tech or get thrown yourself. If you predict this happening, you can get a punish counter. And after finding this, I went out of my way to test it on people. And this Zangief player was not having a good time. If anything, this could work as a mix-up. Do it too much and obviously is not a mix. Small doses only. I'll try out this tech more later. Oh, I was in Shine's livestream chat and Knuckle replied to me when I asked a question. Yeah, I'm famous now, I guess. The day it all came together for me. I thought about this strategy more, using Drive Rush Crouching Medium to better check people. The move is +1 on block, and if I do it at the right distance, I can use Light Kick to, you know, check them toes. But I feel like there's something else I could do. I did Drive Rush with all the other moves, and finally it landed on Crouching Medium Punch. On block, it's +3. That can open up options, quite a few of them. On this discovery, I went on ranked. That said, I didn't do so hot because I kept thinking about all the options when I was successfully able to do it. So, you know, I screwed up my own game plan. I would force myself to limit all the options that I could possibly do. And it works. For now, but it works. If this really is the way to do things, then I need to find out how to make this work better, because this just gives me a way to pressure somebody without win stacks. Because I guarantee you, not everybody's gonna let me do that. This Honda player I came across did not enjoy his time, but I sure did. Yeah, boy. And after playing more games with people, I took a break and took a shower. And as I was taking the shower, I came to a realization. I might have just figured out how to play Street Fighter 6 with Lily for myself. All I would have to do is practice this game plan, and of course adjust to every player that I go up against. If this works effectively and people learn how to deal with this, I have to think of counterplay, and I think it's possible to do so, because I believe this is flexible enough to do that. I will also have to work on defense, but this is solid. And it legitimately makes me happy because I found this on my own. It's been a while since then, and I'm still playing Street Fighter 6. I wanted to spend time with the game to see if I could enjoy it like I used to enjoy Smash Ultimate, and I did. I expected to only care about World Tour mode, but the grind vortex is too strong, and I gravitated towards that side of the game naturally. I wanted to get better because I wanted to, rather than feeling like I had to. It's been a while since I felt this way, and it feels nice. Compared to playing all those other fighting games I did after graduating college several years ago. In Street Fighter 6, I improved and exceeded my personal goals. I think Street Fighter 6 is bar none the best modern fighter so far, and I'm including the ones that are just around the corner from this point, not only because of the content it has for a casual player and the way it teaches that player how to play the game. Not the graphics, not the characters, but rather how it displays its mechanics and its audio cues. Red, blue, green. If I'm getting stressed and I'm about to have a mental breakdown from the information overload that I have to deal with, the moment I hear that glass shattering noise and notice the red glow coming from the other character, nothing else matters. Hit that button. Get that perfect parry? Hit that button. See that drive rush? Hit that button. It's a very small quality in a sea of other great ones, but it's something I notice and I very much appreciate it. Thanks, Capcom. All the questions you are thinking about, including a possible relapse, are all something that could happen in the future. I can't predict the future. For now, I'm happy with what happened, and I hope it stays that way. And if not, at least I had a great time. That's it from me. I'll see you in the next one. Hey, if you got to the end, then you're a real one. Normally I do indie game reviews, so doing something like this was wild. Like, comment, subscribe, and share this video around. It would mean a lot to me if you did. And hey, if you're gonna make a comment, why not talk about your experience with this game? Anyway, thanks again for watching this video. See ya.